In my time as a music director, I've come to categorize 5 levels of worship guitarists. Are you curious as to which level you are? I've trained church bands for years, consulted for worship teams, and worked with guitarists from how do I tune up to musicians who can shift a room with one single note. Today I'm breaking down the 5 levels of worship guitar players, what holds each level back, and how you can grow no matter where you are starting. Quick disclaimer, this isn't about shaming anyone, it's about growth. Think of these levels as a mirror, not a judgment. So let's go. Level 1, the noob. Noobs are brand new, not just to the team, but to the instrument itself. They know a handful of open position chords, but when F major comes around, they disappear. Spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Their fingers are still negotiating the fretboard and the neck. They're terrified of mistakes, so dynamics are extreme, either whispering to Jesus quiet or baptizing the room in distortion loud. Never in between. Their struggle, fundamentals, timing, rhythm, groove, clean transitions. They're not playing with the band, they're surviving next to the band. So here's how noobs can grow. Practice. Daily, consistent, boring, beautiful practice. Practice until your fingers know the path before your brain does. Practice chord changes while watching TV. Practice shapes while sitting on the bus. Practice rhythm with a metronome more than you breathe. When I was a noob, my bassist and guitar mentor told me that you need to get over your annoyance at the click and become best friends with it. Because like a best friend, he never lies.
Bass, build, 3, 4.
Let's make it come in. Torso down. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. The goal at this stage isn't to be fancy, it's to be reliable. Level 2, the beginner. Beginners have confidence, sometimes too much. They can play the song as long as it's the original version in the original key with a tutorial that has full tabs. Lead sheet? Absolutely not. Key change? Not without someone rewriting the entire chart for them in an easy open position with a capo. But even that's still 50-50 because they need to re-visualize the fretboard with the capo. Dynamics are still inconsistent. They follow the worship leader but with a 2-second buffering delay, much like a live stream with bad Wi-Fi. So here's how beginners can grow. On top of practicing fundamentals, they need to start understanding basic music theory, the building blocks of songs. Key signature, chord function, tempo, patterns, song form. This is where tools like the chordies shine, especially for teams who want to internalize the Nashville number system. Want to know what's the 6th minor chord in the key of D major? Turn the wheel to D, find the 6th minor spot, boom. B minor. It builds the neural connections between the chart and the fretboard quickly. It's also incredibly useful for scary keys like E flat, A flat, D flat, my personal Achilles heel. Links are in the description and pinned comment for anyone who wants to check it out. Are you following the ending? Are you singing, "Oh God, you're my living hope"? Are you? No? Okay, so what are you singing instead? How many times do you want to do that? 3 times, is it? Okay, so musicians, that's what it is. The chord sheet. You see second ending? Okay, so second ending, Jesus Christ, my living hope. That's actually the first repeat. Then jump your eyes to ending. Jesus Christ, my living hope. So, and instead of, "Oh God, you're my living hope," Zaya is singing, "Jesus Christ, my living hope." But we are playing those chords right there, the last 9 chords. Level 3, the seasoned. Seasoned guitarists are reliable. They come to rehearsal prepared, knowing their parts. But they're not stuck and they can vary them when the moment calls for it. They've listened to enough worship music to know different versions of the same song and they don't need a chart for the classics. But here's where the seasoned struggle. They start noticing everything. Missed cues, off harmonies, wrong lyrics. They see the worship leader about to go spontaneous and they get extremely nervous. And when things go wrong, maybe the singer jumps in early, they know something is off but they don't yet have the reflexes to fix it. They'll sink with the ship. A long time ago, a worship team was leading the song Blessed by Hillsong. There's a key change that drops from G major to D major between the intro and the verse. Well, the band didn't drop the key from G major and I saw the panic in the guitarist's eyes. He knew what was going to happen in the chorus that was now in G major and he could not do a thing to stop it. So here's how the season can grow. Exposure. Serve on Sundays, yes, but also play outside church. Gigs, jams, collabs, studio work, anything that introduces unpredictability. They need to learn how to transpose, how to pivot between rhythm and lead playing, how to adapt when the chart and the moment disagree, how to listen like a leader, not just like a player. The goal is musical reflexes.
I don't know, maybe it's two of you who did the "You have broken every salvation in your name." I wasn't doing. One of you did it. I follow. So you did it, is it? Do you want to follow that? How? You want to do that? Okay, I'll also do it.
Level 4, the pro. Pros are the glue. They don't need charts. They've internalized the song and the roadmap. They transpose on the fly without breaking a sweat. They play rhythm, drive lead lines, turn on swells and hooks seamlessly, and they probably have perfect pitch. I once served in a band playing for a seniors appreciation lunch planned by my church, and we were the entertainment playing classics from the 50s and 60s. There was one song where someone from the crowd wanted to come up and join us to sing. We practiced a song in A major, but this song had the vocals come in first, which meant the singer held the key of the song and the band in the palm of his hand. What if we started in G, F sharp, E half flat? Thankfully, our bassist is a pro with perfect pitch. Out came the first note from the singer, and before the downbeat where all of us had to come in, he yelled across the stage, B flat! That pro saved the day. But more importantly, in a worship context, pros understand the emotional contours of worship. They know when to pick up and soar, but they also know when to pull back and breathe. They are every worship leader's dream, and also every worship team's most overworked member. Pros get asked to play all the time, and every musical problem the band encounters lands on their lap. Wrong chords in the chart, clunky transitions, different layers not blending, everyone looks to them, the unofficial MDs without the title. So here's how pros can grow. They need clarity in their roles. Pros must ask, am I meant to lead this team, or am I in a season of being a peak playing musician? And they must communicate these clearly, because burnout doesn't happen suddenly. It's the result of years of unspoken expectations. Sometimes the next level is stepping into MD leadership, and other times it's stepping back to protect longevity.
Oh yeah, sorry. The one thing that we all did, verse 3. We are repeating verse 3. We are holding one more bar before we start singing verse 3.
Slowly build.
One bar of A,
Verse 3.
2 bars of A.
3.
And
4.
came the morning. So we are holding that, right?
And finally, level 5, the 1%. The 1% don't just play, they shift entire atmospheres. The excellence is both technical and spiritual. They can change the emotional temperature of a room with a single chord, sometimes with a single note. I've had the privilege of working with two 1% level musicians, Dr. Yen and Dr. Ephraim Cheng from New Heart Music Ministries. Dr. Yen, composer, violinist, creative visionary, can hear one wrong instrument out of 200 people. I was there when he stopped a massive rehearsal because one person's part wasn't right. That level of hearing, ridiculous and also rare. But their struggle is real. Staying humble, staying integrated in a ministry where they serve alongside people who aren't full-time musicians, not expecting the whole ministry to meet conservatory level standards. Churches often idolize the 1%, and that's dangerous. Leadership must ensure that the 1% stays grounded, they aren't promoted too fast, and a non-1% co-leads with them so that their authority is checked and balanced. Because if the 1% is unchecked, your ministry might need to pass a grade 5 theory exam just to join the team. So here's the truth. No matter which level you see yourself in, noob, beginner, seasoned, pro, or brushing the edge of that 1%, God's not done growing you yet. Your musicianship is a gift, but it's also a stewardship. Every Sunday, someone is depending on you to help them connect with God through music. So ask yourself honestly, what's the next level God is calling you to grow into? And what's one action you can take this week to move forward? Drop your level in the comments, no shame, we're all on this journey. If this breakdown helped you or your team, hit like and share it with your guitarists. And subscribe if you want more deep dives into worship, musicianship, team culture, and the craft of serving with excellence. See you in the next one.
One more time for the A. Okay. That's it. Lock it in.